Hello, welcome to Flex Sports Physiotherapy's preview for their online runners strength class. Here at Flex, we're pretty passionate about our running, and we like to have a class that's specifically devoted to those guys that are as passionate about it as us. Our goal for the class is to work the major muscle groups that we're going to use while we run. Work the core, quads, hamstrings, glutes, all of those, so we can really form a nice base of strength for you while you're running. For the class, you don't necessarily need any equipment, just a bit of clear space to perform the exercises. If you do have a weight or any bands, we can use those to help make the exercises a bit harder, make them a bit more challenging for you as we go along. What we're going to do today is just go through 5 examples of exercises that we might do in the class. They're going to run on 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And we'll go through those. The way the class forms is that we generally do different sections. We'll have a section, a bigger rest, another section of work, bigger rest, and we'll combine a bit of mobility into the strength work as well. So, the first exercise we're going to do today is a dead bug. So, we're going to have a lay on our back, legs coming into our tabletop position, arms up towards the roof. From here, we're going to take one leg out and one arm out. Opposite arm and leg out. Returning back to the middle, keeping tight for the core, soft through the ribs. So away we go. So through all this, we want to be slow and controlled, making sure that we keep our back nice and still, really drawing down through our tummy, belly button towards spine. Good extension of the hand out overhead and the toes away from the body. Good, let's have a break. From there, we're going to go into a squat. Pretty basic movement, coming down, dropping the hips, squeezing the glutes to bring ourselves back up into standing. Dropping down, trying to keep the back in as neutral a position as possible. All right, away we go. Coming down, squeezing the quads to finish off the movement, driving the movement up from the glutes. One of the things that we can do here is we can add a weight. So we can add a weight at the front to make it just a little bit harder for us. Create a bit of an extra challenge. As we're going through, again, we want to try and keep the back in as much of a neutral position as possible, driving up through the heels to the top of the movement, keeping the core nice and tight throughout all of that. Beautiful. All right, the next exercise that we're going to do is looking at the calves. So it's just going to be a simple calf raise. So, feet are about shoulder width apart. What we want to do is come up nice and high onto our toes, dropping back down. Away we go. So we're going to come up onto the toes, controlling on the way back down. Coming up can be as fast as you want, but I want it to be nice and controlled on the way down. We want to get that time under tension for that muscle. Really starting to work the endurance through there. Get a bit of a burn in the calves as we go along. Tight through the core through all of this. We want to form a nice stable base through the trunk that then our legs can move around. So again, up can be fast and explosive, as long as down is nice and controlled. If you need something to balance on, find a wall or a chair to help you out with that. Excellent. Bit of a rest there. From there, we're going to go into our plank. So again, we want to work our core, keep ourselves nice and tight through there while we're running, which is why we're doing some of the core work and some of the plank work. So, hands under shoulders. We want to think about our shoulders are away from our ears, pushing our chest away from the floor. Good length through the neck. We come up onto our toes, a little bit of a squeeze in the glutes. tight through the core, drawing that belly button up towards the spine. Good deep breaths there. Keeping nice and controlled. A little bit of shaking is perfectly fine. Just go try and hold on through that. Excellent. All right. The final exercise we're going to do, we come up into a high kneeling position. You might want a cushion or something soft underneath your knees. Tight to the core. We want to form a nice straight line between our knees, head. Hands can be on your hips. From here, what we do is we lean backwards, nice and controlled. Draw ourselves back up. Leaning back just as far as we can control. Back up to the starting position. Really great quads exercise for this one. Again, it's not particularly fast. We want to keep our control through here. Just leaning back as far as we can before we feel like we're about to fall over. We need to be able to come back up to our starting position. So you can test your limits, but don't test them too far. Excellent. So we do in class, we've run through that a couple of times. That would form one section. We make up the class of 4 or 5 of those while adding a little bit of dynamic stability, mobility work for the warm-up. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to call the clinic, visit our website. We've got plenty of information on there about all the group classes. So if you want to come and join us, visit the website or give us a call. Thank you.